Hey, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us for Sunrise Extra. We've already gotten started with our Instagram friends here. We were just teasing Brenda on how much coffee she's been drinking.
I am serious about my caffeine, people.
You are. That's how you've been doing this for so long.
Exactly.
Now we know your secret. She's awake for sure.
I think it's possible that anyone watches the Sunrise Extra program both on the Instagram feed and like the Facebook.com feed, because then you get two different angles. Two different versions of the same
I don't
show.
like any of those angles. Can you raise that a little higher? I want
I know,
to look
we
a little
should do
slimmer.
Yeah, that's my problem too.
Come on.
Okay, so you guys, this news, it's only Wednesday, and this has been like a crazy news week with everything going on in Salem. We want to take a break from that and talk about something funny that we had on the show yesterday that is kind of, gets everybody talking. So Cam Newton, quarterback Cam Newton, was on a plane from Paris to the U.S. It's like a 10-hour flight. The dude is 6'5". He just wanted a little leg room. That's all he wanted. So he went up to business class. The guy is sitting in coach only because he got a late flight, and that was the only thing that was left. So he goes up to this man right here in business class who has a bulkhead seat, and he says, hey, I'll give you $1,500 to switch me seats for this 10-hour flight. The guy said no.
That's crazy.
He wouldn't take $1,500. Look at how Cam Newton is dressed. That's a very sharp dresser right there. And look at, he has to walk away with his head down.
Was he like going around to everybody asking, or why was someone just happened to be recording?
He is a big dude.
Well, in that bulkhead, you just have more
Look at how that
room,
teeny little
so that's
seat.
probably what he was on.
Yeah, it's like an emergency exit thing where you have to agree to.
For 10 hours, I can kind of see why the dude wouldn't want to move.
Would you not?
No,
I agree.
What would be your price?
That 1,500 sounds fine to me.
1,500 sounds great.
I probably like to Cam Newton.
Well,
That's so funny.
You can sit on my lap, Cam.
I don't know how much does it usually cost.
I might say that.
I've never bought a first class seat or business class
No,
seat.
me neither.
Yeah.
In first class.
So it's going to cost you about $1,000, isn't it, typically, to sit there?
You get your money back.
In first class,
Yes.
depends on where you're going.
Right.
Way more than.
Well, I guess my point
class.
is this. I was going to say I would take $500, but no, I wouldn't if I already paid more than that for the seat itself. So as long as he hits the number
That's true.
on
Of
the
like-
seat, I suppose,
yeah.
or maybe a little bit more.
That's true.
Obviously,
There is nothing worse than being cramped in a little seat,
Totally.
though. That gives me PTSD.
But then you gotta
some of those
be
flights.
on it for 10 hours, know that Cam Newton, 6'5", is sitting behind you, and it's awkward, and you're just like sipping your
that's
tea
not
and-
awkward to me.
You don't care?
No.
No, hey,
It's his seat.
Yeah, I paid for the seat. I'm fine with
Yeah,
it, but
it's
I
like,
would
no.
have tried to up it a little bit. Again,
What would you say?
Into a
What would you
machine.
throw one number out there.
Would you have had the presence of mind to haggle in that?
Yes.
You're seeing the superstar.
You'd be like
That would have not
3,000.
mattered. When he came up to me, I would have been surprised that, wow, this guy's offering me, again, I'm assuming that my seat costs less than $1,500. So we had to start with that idea. Once I know that I paid less than that, so I go, wow, $1,500, this guy's gonna give me $1,500? He'd probably give me $2,000. And then I would say, wow, I really like this seat, so would you give me $2,000? That's what I would say. And I'm guessing he would give it to
you're
me.
haggling.
He had that in cash in his wallet.
Oh,
right?
probably.
Right.
That is funny.
So you might have had to take a credit card if you went up higher.
Yeah, maybe all he
my
had was
God.
$1,500
Yeah,
or
if
something.
you give me $1,500 and buy my earplug so I can listen to the movie, then we've got a deal.
But does it also feel kind of like, who do you think you
Right,
are?
there's a little bit
paying
of
me
that.
off to,
Yeah.
Maybe
just
that's a
throwing
little
that
bit of
away.
what it is, yeah.
Maybe I'd be a little.
But also, I'm not above taking it.
I wouldn't. Either.
I would.
I
That
might
would
feel
mean
that for a
something to
second.
me.
But yeah, it
I'd
would have
take
to be
it.
the price of the seat.
Oh my gosh, this is funny. Katie Davis Mossel says, sure would take it, but then he'd be sitting next to my husband and kids. So yes, a peaceful flight for me and a good seat for him.
Are you
That's
telling me,
funny.
Katie, that you put you and your husband and your kids all in business class or first class? No way.
Well, I think she's just saying hypothetically.
I know.
She's on a flight.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
She's like, you can sit next to my kids and I'll go sit by
I mean, what a
myself.
great
like
story,
reality in
though,
my
that would be,
hypotheticals.
just to have the
know.
rest of your life if you were to say yes. But yeah, okay, we're getting a lot of comments on this. I love it. James says, no, I've been on a 12-hour flight to Frankfurt. I would have passed on the cash. Not worth it. Leg room's more important. I hear you guys. Ginny Carlson, I'm practically an Ewok, so it's no big deal for me.
Well, I hear that name a lot on the Sunrise Extra feed. Now I have a mental image of Ginny Carlson.
That is
Ewok.
so good.
Oh, you made me laugh. That is funny. What
Ginny
else?
Ewok Carlson.
Lucinda says she would only do it for someone in the military. And you see those stories, of like when somebody comes on and they get like a standing ovation, and then somebody gives up their seat.
Yes.
She says she'd do it for free, though, she wouldn't charge someone in the military.
Right. Oh, that's
Yeah.
what she meant.
She should've said yes.
Sorry. Yes.
I got
that's
what you
I
meant.
Yeah. That's what I meant. Donna Hicks says yes, you would do it in a heartbeat, especially when he's dressed so cool.
So
I don't
apparently, Ann Arnold says she has done this. She's been in this scenario.
Oh.
She has received money. That's all she told us about the story.
Really?
But Ann, if
know.
you
We
want
need
to
to know
know,
how much. How much?
yeah, where were you
curious.
flying to? Where were you sitting? How
you
much
give up
were you
your
offered?
seat
Did you
if someone
haggle a
paid
little
you?
bit to get more? And you have a great story out there that needs to be told.
I have
Yes.
never bought a first class ticket, but one time we got bumped up, and I don't know why. It was, I guess, because I've never done it before. I was so happy. I was just judgmentally walking the people, watching them walk by. I was like, yeah, I'm in first class.
Were you like, please don't.
I got here first, but it's okay.
I totally, no basis in reality, but there is something about sitting up with a little extra leg room that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's funny.
No, I always
We
give them a
don't
look like,
know
wow,
once.
you're just getting on the plane, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I've been here for a while. No, I had it happen one time as well, and I can't remember the circumstances, but it was essentially we have to bump you up, or we have to move
we
you up.
have to.
Like there was no room or something
if
happened.
you must. You have
to have
I bought a
weight
ticket.
distribution
They
sometimes,
oversold the
too.
flight, but I don't even think they do that anymore. If they sell you a coach ticket and then they've oversold the flight, they don't offer you a first class seat. They offer you an opportunity to have
Like
a
miles or free
later.
ticket, yeah.
Am I right about that?
Yeah.
I don't think they just give you a first class seat.
But isn't
anymore.
it cheaper for them to just put you in a different seat than give you some stuff that's worth more money?
No,
I don't
you
know.
can get. There's also weight distribution.
Yeah, let's go to Rob the former.
what I mean. No, what I
just
mean
knows
is
all these.
Yeah, former flight attendant.
But I've been on flights where
Former
the
flight
coach
attendant.
was booked, and for whatever reason, there was nobody in first class. And the captain
Oh, they need
will
to
have to
move
move
you.
some people up into first class cabin because there is a weight distribution.
The plane will fly like that
Line.
otherwise?
Keep talking.
Yeah,
I just want to
I
see
mean,
if there's
depending on
any
who's sitting in
comment
front, the
here.
plane will either go like this or like that, you know?
Jeez. Cam Newton's big, but I don't know if he's even that big. Ann has not chimed in with her story yet. Ann, you have a deadline here. No pressure, my friend, but we'd like to have the story from you, your full story on the flight purchase within the next 3 minutes.
Well,
Thank you, Ann.
Tamara Miller says, I asked a couple who gave up their seats on Alaska, and they received $400. I don't know, did Alaska pay them or you paid them,
Here's
Tamara?
my favorite comment. Fisher says, I got to appreciate someone who has the cojones to tell a professional athlete no.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, get out of my face. Yeah.
That's funny.
John says, everyone is not pressed for money. Oopsies, there's a bad word on there. I am 6'2", and I'm not going to be in discomfort for 10 hours because a football player offered me $1,500 the flight ticket.
Sorry, I'd
cost
still
I
more
mean,
than that.
generally, like I like the window seat. For whatever, we all have our preferences, or many of us do. I like the window seat. And, you know, unless it's some sort of a family need for a mom and daughter, or father and daughter, or son to sit together, I'm not changing. There's a reason I booked my ticket early enough to get a window seat.
You are one of the cheapest people I know. You would say no if someone gave you $1,500?
Oh, that's a lie.
It depends on how, no, actually, honestly, it
Do you
depends
believe
on,
that?
No, I would say it depends on how long the flight is. If the flight's 45 minutes, sure, I'm taking the cash. If the flight's between here and St. Louis, no.
Wow.
Because part of my trip, I want to be comfortable and enjoy
Rod,
that
you
part
are
of my
not the
trip.
tallest man on the
What kind
plane.
of legroom do you
You're
need?
saying I
Is
can't
it
look
gonna
out the
be,
window?
oh,
What's he
well, I
saying?
just mean
No, I'm saying I
like
want a
a
window
bulkhead
seat.
seat,
I want
like
a window
emergency
seat.
exit row.
But my wife will spend. Nina,
Cam
no, this is
Newton
important.
at
This is
6'5"
important.
comes to Rod Hill, and Rod Hill says no because he wants the leg room.
I want the
That
window
is
seat.
hilarious.
But my
That's
wife, I'm flying to Colorado Springs Saturday morning to help my wife and daughter drive back from an ice skating event.
Yeah.
My wife did spend the extra 20, 30 bucks, whatever it was, to give me the extra leg room because she knows that even though he's not very tall, the weatherman does appreciate
The
being comfortable.
weatherman?
Weatherman.
The weatherman
Oh, my
likes
God.
to be comfortable.
Let's end this.
Is that how she refers to you? As
You refer to yourself as
my
This
weatherman.
is like a Seinfeld, the maestro.
She buys you leg room for the height you'd like to be, not the height you are.
That's correct.
This is in honor of what my husband would like to be.
That's so funny.
That was
Oh,
good,
we
Drew.
needed
I
this,
have to admit,
right?
that was
Like
good.
after a couple of days of serious news stories.
I think you guys should weigh in to see if you would really like to hear us talk to each other like we normally talk to each
Oh,
other.
I think they're having
Or
a
if you want the TV
Rob says
version.
rolling on the floor laughing right now.
That wasn't
so,
that good.
Does he
yes.
say that or does he initial it?
He initialed it.
But can I just add that if I feel crowded sitting on my seat on an airplane, there there's a problem.
There's a
Because I am small.
There's a problem.
Right? And I shouldn't ever feel crowded, and I do. That's how crowded the flippin' airplanes have become.
I agree.
It's
I agree
nuts.
with you. Okay, next topic is the scooter mess.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we want to show you
Look at her
the
move.
photo.
She's on
I'm
the move.
moving.
She's on the
Coming
move.
over here.
Move with her camera,
Touch
Jay.
screen. Don't look at the bad word. I'm switching it. Okay. So Multnomah County Sheriffs tweeted out a couple photos yesterday. They pulled. This one was they pulled 5 scooters. They estimate they'll recover 15 more. This is out of the Willamette River right next to the Hawthorne Bridge where, I'm just going to call them idiots, throw these scooters into the water. Now the count is at 9. They took another picture.
Wow.
And they pulled out about 20 in total yesterday. They said the lights on this one were still working somehow. It was recovered from the bottom of the Willamette. Divers had to go down and get these stupid things. So, let's see.
Well, the scooters aren't stupid, Nina. The people
No.
throwing them into the water.
But
are.
this
Good
is
point,
what the
Drew. Thank
problem is, and this is why it makes me mad, is because there's accounts like this one. Let me show you on Instagram. This is one of the examples. It's called PDX Scooter Mess, looking for all the evidence of scooter chaos. And then they say, oh, we don't condone or encourage damage to scooters, but they retweet
Right.
and re-show.
They glorify
What's
the
the
pictures.
point?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they'll show a picture like these were dumped off of an overpass that somebody
Oh, boy.
sent in to them. They show them broken on the train tracks.
My goodness.
Hey, Nina, when was that account established? Does it show you that? Was that last summer that this person started that account? Can you see that on their page, or doesn't tell you that?
It doesn't really
You
tell
can
you.
see
Because I
their
do-
oldest post
Yeah.
would be the best way to
Well,
find that out.
I
Let's
remember
see,
this
like
last
broken
year.
ones, and then
do
they
remember that,
here's. I'll show you some video. Where is it? Where is it? Look at this kid, proudly
Proudly throwing it in the river.
throwing it in
Oh,
the
wow.
river.
Well, I hope they ID that kid.
Maybe we should have a new
Yeah.
sentence where you have to wear some kind of monitoring bracelet that will not let you use any phone to take any pictures. ever again.
Well,
Because what they want to do is be
Yeah.
on social media. They want to take a picture.
Right,
of the
and that's
video.
why I'm saying, like, that's the
They want to get
problem
on
with
TV.
these kinds of
and
accounts.
That's where we come in. We
You
put them
know?
on TV.
Because look at here's some up on some street signs. Here's a bunch of broken ones. Here's one in the water of the river.
Hey, Nina, can I share with you
yes,
a comment
yes.
from viewer Veronica, who's
Please.
watching us right now on the Facebook feed?
Water.
Watching us right now through the camera lens of Camera J. And Veronica says, I hate. Hate's a strong word, Veronica, but I believe she means it in this
dislikes
case.
it?
I hate those e-scooters.
Wow.
They've been, she says she's almost been hit by one on the waterfront. And she says people are using them and they're not wearing their helmets and they're not wearing shoes. She hates
Oh, well,
the
that's
scooters.
stupid, yeah.
Veronica Gaston does.
Wow.
Veronica, I totally agree with you. They are very fun if you ride them lawfully with a helmet.
Right.
Well, you and your
I'm a big
husband have
proponent. I think
yeah,
they're
buzzed
super
around
fun.
and-
But you
And-
pointed out, and I find this interesting, you pointed out these may not be the most environmentally friendly things that we could be purchasing with our tax dollars. Tell us why.
Right, there's most companies, and I think it was Spin who was the best kind of about it, and they didn't even come back in this new round. But most of these batteries only last like 4 to 6 months or something, and then they get cycled out for a new one, and cycled out means they get thrown in the dump.
In the land, 'cause
and a lot of
lithium-
them can't be recycled, or they're just not, the company, it doesn't see it worth it, to take each piece and separately recycle them, so it's going in the garbage. But yeah, you're throwing, lithium ion batteries are better than lead acid batteries, but don't put them in the river. Yeah.
Wow.
You know what? These scooters were actually big in Spokane. We went there 3 weeks ago for a baseball tournament over the weekend. I was surprised by how many of those. I'm like, hey, I see those scooters all the time in Portland. I don't know if I think they established their program even before we did. So when you met, I had no idea about that battery situation, because then this is not an issue just for us. This is
Right,
widespread. This is
everywhere.
countrywide.
Right.
That these batteries are just being tossed in the dump at such
Bring
frequency.
back the radio flyer.
The radio flyer.
A little wagon,
Yeah.
Yeah, do you think people would be inclined to do this if they actually had to use their feet and push that scooter along?
Nope, they would not.
The camera J is like,
Yeah.
nope,
Yeah.
nope.
But Brenda
That's a
sums
good
up this
point.
story with a quote of yours I will never forget. And you said, referring to how people throw these scooters in the river and everywhere, do you remember what you said? You said, and that's why we can't have nice things.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly,
They're
yeah.
not idiots, they're criminals.
And should
Right.
be treated as such.
And we shouldn't have accounts that's kind of
Right.
glorifying this. They say, they have we don't condone this, or they say don't be this guy, but here's the video of him throwing it in the river. It's like everyone wants to be.
Right.
But then
you
we
know,
put it on
funny.
TV,
And we
so we're
show
kind
it.
of guilty too.
Yeah.
We're part of the cycle.
We're part of the
We are.
cycle of
That's
the
what they want.
glorification. We are.
Yeah.
Let's do better.
So
people.
Rob says on Instagram, "Hi Rob, I'd love to see these scooters go bye-bye and never come back." Portland Mercury, hi guys, thanks for watching. That's how I get to work. Don't throw them in the river. Yes, that's what we're saying. I think they're super fun. And yes, I sure as heck wear a helmet and just clip it around my purse when we go out to dinner. We stay in like neighborhoods and stuff, and it's fun to kind of look and tool around and look at houses.
but
I don't
that's
want to
true.
go on busy streets. It's
Yeah.
freaky.
But that's just like a fun day. What you're
It is
describing.
fun. Like we go in our neighborhood, or you know,
And then
like
where
buzz
do you
around.
leave them?
Just on the sidewalk, and the apps make you take a picture of where you parked it, you know, next to like a signpost or a bike rack or something. And then you can go on to the next restaurant or go to a street fair.
Do
or
they
something.
still have the people who like get paid for collecting them? Is that also
juicers?
is that?
I think
and,
so, yeah.
Like plugging them in somewhere.
I've seen a couple companies
room.
that have, it's kind of like a Bike Town, the Nike bikes, where a van will come by and get a bunch of them
Right.
and charge them up in like a one location and then drop them off in popular spots.
Michelle Har, thank you for watching. Michelle Har chimes in on Facebook right now with, I've rarely seen anyone using them, the scooters that is, correctly. She says they're a giant nuisance, and this is why they should have been banned, or this is why they were banned the first time. I guess they were never banned.
Well, the pilot program,
yeah,
the first
we-
program
we-
ended.
But we knew it was going to end because they're not going to keep the programs around in the winter, I would assume, right? Or if this thing officially becomes not a pilot program, okay, so this will go year-round this time. Got it.
It's still in a second phase
Right.
of a pilot program. They upped the fees that the companies have to pay the city. They added another fee for riders.
But if it ever becomes just a program and not a pilot program, that program
Right.
would be year-round. Do we know that or not?
I
We're
think
not sure.
so. Yeah. You know, I think
don't
it's
know.
up to your discretion if you
Yeah,
want to write it.
I don't know why it
in-
wouldn't be. Obviously, we
Well,
have more rainy
rain,
days,
yeah.
but you can ride these things on rainy
Well,
days.
if people aren't using them as frequently as in the winter as they are in the summer, then they're just going to be laying around the street and causing more of a problem. And people, I don't know. I'm saying that I could see
no,
them
I
going
see what
away
you're
for the
saying.
winter months.
Yeah, I
see
can
what
see
you're
that.
Just to keep them out of the river
Yeah.
if no other reason.
Yeah. But in the summer is when we're fishing more.
Right.
Or are we fishing more?
You've hooked
I'm
a
thinking
scooter?
hooking a scooter.
Yeah.
Well, what a mess this is the more we talk about it.
Yeah, all right.
Well, you know what? That was a nice break from the
Wasn't it?
from the
Yes.
business, because we did do a lot of cap and trade talk over Monday and Tuesday. So we broke it up a little bit
Yeah.
today
Yeah.
with Scooter and
Still
Cam Newton
going.
talk. There will be a Sunrise Extra show tomorrow. What happens on Friday when you're off? I'm just curious.
It's in your hands, my man. What are you
Wow.
gonna do?
The
Drew
phone
is,
is going to be in my hands like that.
Is it
Your
you and me
phone,
on
yes.
Friday, by the way?
Are you here Friday?
Yeah.
I'm not here on Friday.
Are you here Friday?
Maybe.
Oh my goodness.
No, I'm here.
All right, I guess it'll be us three doing Sunrise Extra.
Not me.
But one of us has to hold the phone like
Rod
Nina
and I are
does.
golfing. We're
Yeah,
going to be
we're-
in John Canzano's charity golf tournament
For the Baldface
Baldface
Truth
Oh, nice.
Foundation.
Yeah.
And a lot of that money,
It's
I
a
believe,
long day.
goes to help buy equipment for youth sports programs.
Sports,
and some
music,
things
like
that,
after
yeah.
school kind of stuff that's getting cut. He does a really
Yeah, John
great
has done a
job. And so
good job with
companies,
that.
you know, come and pay money to golf with us, which is crazy. And so it's
Speak for
better to-
yourself, Nina.
Yeah.
What time
You're a
is
golfer. I'm
does
not a
it more.
golfer. Yeah.
What time is tee off for that event? Do you know?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock it tees off. So
Yes.
therefore you took off from work for the entire
The whole
day. A
day?
work shift that begins
You
at
don't get off the
4
golf
and
course
ends-
till like 7 p.m.
Yeah,
It's
by
a
the time you
Friday,
get
though.
dinner and get home,
Long
it'll be
day.
It's a Friday. You don't have to come back to work the next day.
The people demand it.
I just can't believe you took
That's my
it.
bedtime. I'll be still on the golf course.
I treasure my days off. You burned a whole day off to participate in a
just
golf
took, like,
event that starts
6
after your
days
work day
off,
is
man.
over.
Oh boy, this is devolving quickly.
That's weird.
You want to be well rested
I
for
got
it.
'em. Let's use it.
I'm not mad. I'm just giving you a hard time, Jess.
mad.
I'm
Holy
very
cow.
happy, actually. I can't believe it's already Wednesday.
Are we done?
Bye, you guys.
We're
We are
done.
done.
Bye.
Wow.
We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.